Hey there, Rub-a-Dub subs, it's Blackmetalwerewolf making a brand new video for you this week. And this week, we are going to be talking about, would you give up heavy metal? A little while ago, I was listening to music, and I was kind of thinking about some experiences I had with people who did give up heavy metal, and it really got me thinking, would I ever do that? So that will be today's topic. Would you ever give up heavy metal? So the first experience I had was, I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. It was back when I was still living with my parents, and I had my bedroom set up very much like this with all the posters and everything. So one day we had a family friend come over, and he's checking out my room, and he saw my posters, and he was like, oh man, I fucking love Iron Maiden. So, we got to talking, and we started listening to it, talking about the music, the art, all that cool shit. And then he said something that I thought was very, very strange. He said that he wished he could still listen to it. Now, I thought that was a very odd thing to say. It was like, what do you mean you wish you could still listen to it? The music hasn't gone anywhere. You can get it online for free. Honestly, if you want to download it, it's right there for the taking. So, I kind of probed and asked questions to see, what exactly that meant. He's like, oh, well, my wife doesn't like me listening to that, and she really doesn't like me listening to that in front of the kids. Okay, I never really thought Iron Maiden's music was offensive, especially towards children. I thought it was, relatively enjoyable heavy metal that anyone could really pick up and listen to as long as you were open-minded to it. But then he, started saying that his wife doesn't let him listen to it, and he essentially had to give it up when he got married to this chick. And to me, that pissed me off. Because, dude, here's something you were so passionate about, something that you loved, and you're going to give it up just because someone tells you to? Can't you just be like, no, fuck you, I'm going to listen to it whether you like it or not? Okay, you don't want your kids listening to it. I don't agree with the argument, but I can see where some people are coming from with that. But that still shouldn't affect someone from being able to throw it on their iPod or iPhone or cell phone or whatever to listen to. To me, that's no excuse other than the person is a fucking horrible bitch and they're just trying to change you. So after hearing that story, I kind of started thinking to myself, would I ever let that happen to myself? And the only thing that came to my mind is the big word, no. No one is ever going to tell me what I can and can't listen to, be it a relationship partner, a parent, religious official, work official, anything like that. I would never let anybody tell me what I can and can't listen to. I'm perfectly fine with them not enjoying that type of music. Everyone is different, perfectly fine with that. But why the fuck would I have to give up something I enjoy for somebody else? Even when it comes to relationships, I don't think you need to be in a relationship with someone who agrees with you 100% of the time. As long as you enjoy each other's company, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have the exact same interests. You don't have to be with someone who's constantly agreeing with you all the time. But with that being said, that person shouldn't try to change you with things you fucking like. So that really irritated me when he said that, his wife wouldn't let him do that anymore. Something that I totally disagree with. And, if I was ever in a relationship like that, and, the second someone said to me, oh, well, you can't, listen to heavy metal, you can't watch horror movies, you can't watch this or that, because I don't like it. Okay, that's fine, you don't have to fucking like it, but you can go do something else while I'm enjoying the things I enjoy doing. I'm not going to tell you what to do. There's a lot of, TV shows that I don't like, so if someone decides to watch that, perfectly fine. But I won't tell them how to enjoy their life. The second experience I had was, I had a friend named Levi. He was really hardcore into death metal, and perfectly fine with that. Had death posters all over his room. He just really fucking hardcore into it, And then one day he just completely changed, just like that. One day he was into death metal and shit. Other day he sold all his shit, had nothing to do with it, only started listening to country music, and we were all pretty confused on what the hell was going on with him, but I moved shortly after that, so I didn't really get an answer as to what happened, why he gave it up, and why he had nothing to do with it. The only thing I could really think of is maybe, a girl. Yeah, he was trying to get laid, so, he gave it up away to be a country boy to get laid by this hot chick he was trying to get with. That's the only thing I could really think of. There could be, a billion different reasons, but that's the only thing I could think of. So like I said, personally, I don't think I would ever give up heavy metal. I cannot think of a situation in my head that would make me go, you know what, I'm not being a part of this anymore. But what about you guys? I want to know what you think. Would you ever give up heavy metal, and why? I'd love to know, so leave a comment, let me know if you would give up heavy metal, and if you would, why would you do it? Are you afraid of going to hell? Would you do it for a boyfriend or girlfriend, your parents? Let me know. So, like my past videos, I either do an album recommendation or an album warning, and this one is another recommendation. It is John 5, Songs for Sanity. John 5 is one hell of a guitarist, and I always love listening to his music, so if you've never listened to him before, I highly suggest picking this album up. It has a lot of great songs on it. So before I wrap everything up, it's time for another little fan appreciation segment. This time we have a bunch of people who bought patches, some people I met at a concert the other night, and a lovely piece of fan art that I loved so much that I put as my personal Facebook profile picture. So thank you everybody for being a fan, and here's a little appreciation to you guys. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment on today's video, and check out some of my past videos while you're at it. If you want to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram. There'll be links to that in the description. I also have a P.O. box open, so if you'd like to write me a letter, you can. That will be in the description as well. I still have a few patches left, so if you'd like to get your very own patch of my logo, you can click on the screen right over here, or you can just click the link in the bio. Either way, I'd very much appreciate it. Overall, thank you very much for watching, guys, and stay brutal.